TitleMatchNetwork.com.
Do you think back then that Hogan was envious of what you and Jimmy had with Piper and Orton and Piper and Orndorff, because you guys were on fire?
You asked me a question, and I'm going to be real with it. I think it was a balance. I think it were, like I said, with the A and the B.
Mm-hmm.
And I just this is my opinion.
Sure.
My opinion. I think me and Snuka was the hottest thing going on.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, that's my opinion.
Yeah.
Again, nothing against any of the wrestlers, but the time, like I said, I was in the hot seat as a young kid, and now that watching as I was growing up, and then going back to these tapes and going back to these interviews and listening to the people talk about, I was in a hot angle.
Yeah. Do you ever watch the tapes back and just think to yourself, damn, that was hot?
Yes. I would do that with my son.
Yeah.
I got a 10-year-old son.
Okay.
And he loves wrestling. His name is Jacob Fatu. He would go to school and pops up all the emails, try to do all these research about his dad, and he loves wrestling.
Yeah.
So I always try to tell him that, it's important that you stay focused inside your school. Because in our business today, it seems to twist a lot of kids' mind. And if they don't be careful with what they do, I think it's important that we need to be role models. And being a father was pretty hard for me, but I've always wanted to be there for my kids.
Yeah.
Because I have 3 of them. I got a 17-year-old, it's Jacob, and then I got a 14-year-old, it's Josiah. It's hard to talk about these because I love my family, and I know how important it is for parents out there to be watching this DVD. It's important to let our kids know that how much we really care about.
Yeah.
And the wrestling did great for me. But my 10-year-old was the one that really inspired me. We would sit at home and eat popcorn, and we would pop in these old tapes of me and Piper versus, it was me and Snuka versus Piper and Orndorff.
Mm-hmm.
Madison Square Garden. Main event. One of the youngest kid at 18 years old ever sold out Madison Square Garden.
You were the youngest kid. Still, you're the youngest kid ever in the main event in Madison Square Garden.
I'm in a world record book that I've seen.
Yeah.
One of the fans would come up and show it to me. And to this day, I don't believe it until today. People still talk about it.
Yeah. 23,000
plus, standing ovation only. Full, jam-packed to the max. It was me and Snuka against Roddy Piper and Bob Orton.
Mm-hmm.
Not Bob Orton.
It was Bob Orton. It was Bob Orton in Madison Square Garden.
Okay. Maybe because all 3 of them, they always come out together. It could be Mr. Wonderful, and he could be the bodyguard.
They change it up.
But it's always me and Snuka.
Right.
We're constantly fighting everybody, so we don't know who we're fighting. He didn't even have a name for his team. So, well, this is where my son comes journey, and I would watch wrestling. My other kids didn't care too much because they're teenagers. They grew up on it. They grew up in the business, but they wasn't really interested because I always push them another route. Education first, NFL or NBA, or those are all good companies that can secure your life for you, meaning business, contracts, all that. They can set your future and goal for you. In wrestling, you're going to make a lot of money, but it's up to you to save it. It's up to you to be your agent. It's up to you to make the calls. And, it's a lot. And you got to be the father, then be your role model, and be there. There's just so much.
Yeah.
But me and my young son, and that's just why when we talk about my kids, it's very important to me because I'm a family man. And it comes from my heart because I love them. If they do good or bad, I still love them. But those are the choices they're going to make through life. But they know that wrestling will always be there for them because now you got the 4th generation. You got Rakishi's son, you got Humanga's kids, you got my kids. So we have a large, these kids are ready,
Yeah.
This is 4th generation. That's pretty much come from Apansika, and it comes all the way, actually Peter Maivia, from Apansika, then it comes to us, then it comes to our kids. It's the 4th generation of the Samoans. And you can imagine how many kids I have. You imagine how many kids Rakishi got. You imagine how many kids Umanga got. So these are all in the family. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of young wrestling is going to come up, especially with the kids. So that's why I sit around and watch old tapes, man. And me and my son had a great time, and I just love my kids, and especially Journey, just a big wrestling fan. He's 11 years old now. He would find anything on the internet, old tapes, old pictures, just anything about me. And they're all Tonga Kid.
Yeah.
I said, I don't think they had those anymore. Oh, yeah, they have them. The only thing I haven't seen out yet were action figures.
Okay.
I haven't seen anything about Tonga Kid action figures or, what a lot of wrestlers have. I don't think they probably don't realize that how hot these are with Snuka and Tonga Kid.
Yeah.
Action figure. If you guys like to have some, vote online.
Sure.
Make some calls. The Islanders, I can have one with Tonga Kid.
There you go.
Haku and Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Yep.
And then have one with me and Snuka and have one by myself.
Yeah.
So the people always come up and ask you for, hey, you got an action figure? We want to buy it. Say, I never went that far. And I thought that people would go out there and they voted it, or people just recommend it, then these companies hopefully they'll make them out. Because I know I'll sell them in every Tongan island. They'll sell out.
Sure.
But that's where we used to sit around and answer questions. We did watch a lot of old wrestling tapes. And even back in the days when I was 16, when I wrestled out in Pensacola, Florida too, that I watched some of those tapes with my, my son. Well, my son now is 10, but we still have some old Roddy Piper's greatest hits in there.
Yeah.
Some old Tonga Kid tapes in there. And I just couldn't believe how nice and built that was. You grow old, you be a family, everything changes,
Absolutely.
Yeah.